The reality is that the United States has the dubious distinction of having the largest incarcerated population in the world, with over 2 million people in prison. Texas leads this nation in imprisoning its citizens. 1 out of every 100 Texans is behind bars. Even worse, 2 out of every 3 prisoners are repeat offenders, with a history of prior arrests or imprisonment. The state's most serious juvenile offenders are sent to the facilities of the Texas Youth Commission, or TYC. The median age at commitment to TYC is 16. The average stay for juvenile offenders is 20 months. In 2006, 33% of new juvenile offenders had committed violent offenses. Over 39% of new arrivals were categorized as high-risk offenders. 34% admitted that they were gang members. 46% were chemically dependent. 41% had serious mental health problems. 36% had a history of being abused or neglected. 74% came from chaotic home environments. 52% had families with histories of criminal behavior. And 48% had 2 or more felony-level offenses before being committed to TYC. In addition to human incarceration, there are the 6 to 8 million dogs and cats placed in animal shelters in the United States each year, of which 4 million animals are euthanized. Yet these are the animals whose paths can merge with delinquent youth and adult offenders, and each can become the salvation of the other. Both offenders and homeless dogs can have a chance for a new life through programs called Pet Facilitated Therapy, or PFT. When implemented effectively, a pet facilitated therapy program is a positive addition to a correctional facility, and it makes a profound difference in the lives of the inmates, the staff, the community, and the animals. More and more juvenile and adult, and male and female correctional facilities are recognizing the beneficial outcomes of using PFT. This double rehabilitation formula creates a quintessential win-win situation. In my many years of community service, I have seen very few programs that have as much positive impact as pet-facilitated therapy. PFT programs have proven to be effective in a wide variety of cultures and countries. Today, almost 100 programs exist in the United States, Canada, Scotland, Australia, England, and South Africa. PFT programs have been recognized as innovations in state and local government by the Ford Foundation and the John F. Kennedy School of Business at Harvard University. There are many PFT programs in the United States, including Oregon, Washington, Colorado, New Mexico, Michigan, Wisconsin, and California. At this time, there are only a few PFT programs in Texas, and no programs in a Texas Youth Commission facility. PFT programs are service-based and help the participants to learn how to become others-centered and to give something back to society. They make valuable contributions to their communities by providing dog training and grooming for local shelters and humane societies, thus making the dogs more appealing for adoption. The dogs become highly adoptable because they possess standard obedience skills such as how to heel, sit, recall, down, stay, and are also housebroken. They also provide much-needed puppy raising and training for guide and assistance dogs, thus reducing the waiting time for these valuable and helpful animals. Guide and assistance dogs are used by people with visual impairments, people with seizures, people in wheelchairs, and people with hearing impairments. These programs also train companion dogs for the elderly. PFT programs are not only good for the community, they are also very beneficial for the participants in the correctional facility as well. One thing that stands out in the pictures of corrections-based PFT programs is the smiles on the faces of the residents and the staff, and even the animals. Program participants receive in-depth education on reward-based dog training. Some programs even include the extensive education on training for guide and assistance dogs. You can see that these class members are interested and paying attention to the trainer. Motivation for learning is high in these programs. Many PFT trainers receive high school, college, or vocational education credits for these classes. Some even receive vocational certification as veterinary technicians and groomers. PFT programs teach marketable future job skills, such as in dog training, dog grooming, and basic veterinary care. These skills can enable offenders to find meaningful and enjoyable work in animal-related businesses after they are released from prison, such as in pet stores, dog training and doggy daycare programs, veterinary clinics, and grooming services. For many participants, these programs provide their first experience of the loving companionship with an animal. In addition, many of them contain an educational component that addresses issues of responsible pet ownership and animal cruelty. Often the family of a participant will adopt a PFT dog, thus allowing continued contact between the trained canine and the offender. Many dogs are surrendered to animal shelters due to unresolved behavior problems, very much like their human partners. PFT participants take unwanted dogs from animal shelters, then groom and train them to be good citizens. The dogs are then placed back into the community as paroled pets. This gives the dogs a second chance in life, exactly what the human participants are wishing for their own life. By managing their dog's behavior, they also learn to manage their own by practicing patience, improving anger management, working cooperatively, developing discipline, caring for a pet, receiving unconditional love and acceptance, problem solving, and setting and accomplishing goals. Most impressive is the fact that these programs have documented reductions in participant aggression towards others, improvement in leadership skills, improvement in the ability to work with others, and increased levels of responsibility. As young Gabriel, aged 16, said, "When you have a dog, it opens you up. You can trust in him. You have a friend. You learn how to talk to people, and you learn how to take care of somebody else besides yourself." The recipients of the trained dogs, particularly those who are physically disabled, hearing impaired, or the elderly, have been extremely pleased with PFT programs. Communities have shown to be eager to accept these animals into their homes and to correspond with the trainers. PFT participants can attach a letter to their dog addressed to the future adoptive family or person. Often, special bonds of mutual canine love are developed, and the adoptive family will bring the dog to visit. Lifetime friendships, a greater connection to the community, and the satisfaction of community service are only a few of the achievements of this special program. PFT participants who were addicted to drugs often report that they no longer think about using drugs. They think about training and caring for their dogs instead. The program thus provides a positive focus for the attention of the participants. The Texas Youth Commission provides for the care, custody, rehabilitation, and reestablishment into society of the most chronically delinquent and serious juvenile offenders. Over 4,700 children are under the care of residential TYC programs. Most TYC youth have committed felony-level offenses and are between the ages of 10 and 17. In 2003, the average length of stay was 22.3 months, almost 2 years. Yet over half of these children will be rearrested within 1 year of their release from TYC, and almost 1 in 3 of these children will be rearrested for a felony offense. Pet-facilitated therapy programs make homeless dogs more adoptable. They also reduce juvenile and adult crime and recidivism, and improve community perceptions of delinquent teens and adult parolees. They develop lifelong and experienced pet owners and create an experienced employee resource pool for animal shelters and pet stores. Our TYC children can teach this puppy to sit and stay. But we cannot and should not sit and stay and do nothing for these children and animals. The knowledge of the existence of this life-changing program places upon us the responsibility to act. Just because a life is a little broken doesn't mean we should throw it away. It's amazing to watch how much one little puppy can touch and change the life of a troubled teen. Together, they can build many happier futures.